video. I think I got a typo. I see you. I see you, typo. This is Donna Smith, aka Lady D. Just here for a little brief video, but it's got to be longer than a minute, y'all. But my message here today is to stop telling if you're staying. Okay? Now, we have those who run their mouth. They run their mouth to their friends or to their family, especially. You got that crazy brother or that crazy sister or that crazy uncle or auntie or that crazy cousin, and you tell them something and they come in to want to take care of somebody, right? So you end up running your mouth about what's going on with you guys. You have a disagreement, things get funky, they done pissed you off, maybe they done got in your face. I ain't talking about hitting on you and thumping on you and stuff. Hitting on you and thumping on you, you need to leave. Man or woman, you need to go. Bye-bye. You only get one time to thump on me. One time. So, I'm talking about just those fiery situations. You may have had um, too much mouth with each other, calling each other names. Maybe you caught them cheating, but you decided to stay. Um, Perhaps they just did some really foul stuff. You found out they was doing something with the baby mama, baby daddy, or whatever the situation, and you end up running your mouth. You mad, you piss, you tell whoever, and then you end up staying with this person. So now you didn't got family involved or friends who want to put their foot somewhere deep in that person, right? Because that person overstepped some boundaries, especially if they got up in your face and they threatened you in a way that made you feel scared or what have you. And Lord forbid if they put their hands on you. Some will stay in situations that they have allowed the person to thump on them, and then they still are with them. They apologize. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do this again. And you still with them, but you done told a whole host of folks in your family and your friends that this is what they did to you. Or perhaps you have some physical proof of what they did to you, right? I got to get my water out. Excuse me, you guys. I'm still in the midst of my break, so I'm getting a little thirsty. But you end up staying with them, but you then broke down all the information, right? So my thing is dealing with your relationship and your issues should be between you and your mate, the person that you are with, the person you're gigging with, the person you're going through the fire with. Because mind you, it's not going to be peachy. It's not going to be up all the time. It's not going to be down all the time. But if you really respect and love each other, you're going to work it out. Now, there is certain conditions. Like I said, if it gets to the point where things become physical, I mean, there's just no explaining or excuse for that. It's no reason why a man or a woman should be putting their hands on the other. It's not acceptable. And if your anger management is not, it's not controlled to the point where you couldn't help yourself, and afterwards you're so sorry and you want to be forgiven, or really, so boy, bye, girl, bye. When the next time you gonna punch me? You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, break something. No, we ain't gonna wait. We can't wait for the next time. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that's just really hard to try to work out. But if it's something that you're going through as a couple, arguments, even calling each other, names, which is abuse, but things that don't cause physical abuse, and you can try to work that out. You try it before you just, the thing is, you want to give it all you can before you just throw it in the can. Yes, you want to give it all you can before you just throw it in the can. Now, if it's something that just can't be worked, it just can't. But when you go and start running your mouth to everybody else about your issues in your relationship, whether you're having the clap issues, you're not getting it enough, or perhaps you think they doing it with somebody else, or they didn't talked about your mama, your daddy, your brother, your uncle, you. They didn't called you everything under the sun. They didn't cussed you out. They didn't stole from you. They didn't did all that, but you still with them. Or you end up going to cousin Pookie house for a night or two, and then you go back home. You go back home. But now you done told the story of this abusive situation to everybody about all your business. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be all bad. That person is not going to be accepted around your friends anymore, around your family anymore. They're going to want to keep you from them, which is a control tactic, but they're going to want to keep you from them, right? And then it's going to be a whole lot more stress and issues that's going to probably trigger more abusive behavior. Because as a couple, you guys are not going to be jiving like that together like you were, right? Because you ran it. Now, if it's that devastating, if it's that bad, if it's that debilitating, then you need to just go. Now, once you're gone, I still think it's some things you just don't need to be telling the world, but once you're gone from a situation and you know you're done and you want to share that with someone, they may ask, well, what happened with you and boo boo, and you're like, man, just didn't work out. Let me tell you, and you close to this person, so you just end up telling a few things. That's your call. You know you're done. You're not going back. At the same time, it shouldn't be where you're trying to badger the next person, because you don't want anybody to badger you. It takes two. Nobody's perfect. Now, one person may be at fault more than the other, but at the end of the line, you both at fault because you both did something, whether it was triggers that caused you to do it, reactive things that caused you to do it, or whatever. You did what you did because they did what they did, right? So you both are kind of put in a situation of wrong. And of course, things don't work out in that regard. So there's no sense of badgering the person, belittling the person, trying to chop the person up in 1,000 pieces, because it says a lot about your character too. You chose that person. You chose to fall in love with that person. You chose to stay with that person. You chose to deal with the madness. So it's not 100% their fault, right? I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Thirsty. So it's not 100% their fault of everything, because you kind of allow things to go down and happen, and then you started doing things. Say, worst case scenario, you find out that your mate is cheating. Your mate is cheating on you, and it hurt you deeply because you have been so committed to them. You have been committed. You have not cheated. They have been your only lover all over the globe for the past, I don't know, let's say 4 or 5 years. And then all of a sudden you find out that they didn't got with something else. And it's factual. You found out, you know, without just hearing the gossip mail. You found out by either seeing it or something like that. You found out the real, or you heard it or whatever. Maybe you overheard a telephone conversation. Maybe you a snooper, which I hope you're not, and you went through the phone, seen some texts, and they talk about how good the other night was, and they want to be done like that again. I mean, whatever. You had some vivid, solid proof. And you find this out and you decide that, okay, I'm reaping some certain benefits from this person. I'm not going to just give them up so they can be thrown out here to the wolves or the piranhas or the hyenas and everything else out here in the ocean. Hyenas? Those not in the ocean, but you know what I mean. piranhas and sharks and all that in the ocean, right? So they're thrown out there, and somebody else is going to reap the benefits of them. Perhaps you was with them when they were at their low, and now they're up at their high, or climbing. And so you start thinking, well, why should I throw them out there so somebody else can reap all these newly found benefits, right? So you hang in there, and then you decide to make yourself feel better and to get over that pain is to go out and get under somebody else, or to get on under somebody else or on somebody else. Okay? And you both are just doing wrong. You're both doing wrong. Whether they did it first, you did it second, third, fourth, fifth, it don't matter. You both did it. You both cheated on one another. If you could not deal with that situation when it occurred, you should have just left the situation. The person cheated, you found out, I'm done, I'm through, I can't do this. But when you go out and do something in reciprocation of what they've done, then now you're just as much at fault as well. It doesn't matter they were first. It doesn't matter why they did it. It doesn't matter. What matters is you did it too. So when someone allows you to step out of character, they put you in a situation, to step out of character of being who you truly are, and to start doing things that you normally, because see, you don't feel good about what you just did. You thought it would make you feel good because, well, let me do it. Let me just get back. Let me just, that's just going to make me feel, they did that to me. They hurt me. But at the end of the day, you really don't want them to find out you did that, because 9 times out of 10, if they find out that you did it, they ain't going to be messing with you no more. See, they got a low tolerance. It's going to be a whole lot of situations. They not going to be forgiving. You decided to be forgiving and stay in a situation. And it's easier, I must say, not because I'm a woman, but a woman hurts and emotionally go through this thing of why me, why me, why me, why me. And she hurts and she goes into her emotional slump. But when she really loves a man, a lot of times she ends up giving him a chance. She gives him a chance for whatever her reasons are. But men are not as quick to do that. And if they do give you a chance after finding out that you have cheated, they are 9 times out of 10 going to put you in a whole nother different category. You're not going to be wifey. They're not going to wife you, number one. And they're going to start not investing as much trust and emotion into you. It's going to be more physical. That's it. Because if he stays and deals with the fact that, see, it's one thing when a man can swallow the fact that, okay, you're 50 years old and no, you're not a virgin. I know you're not a virgin. It's probably very rare you find a 50-year-old virgin. I'm not going to say it's none out there, but it's rare. But he determines, okay, you're not a virgin. You had a life before me, but now it's me and you. We gonna do this thing from here moving forward. That's one thing. That's one thing. Because he know both of y'all done lived some life. But once you are with him in a situation and you both are committed, and then he finds out another man has tapped on that while he's been dealing with you, it's hard for him to forgive that. It's hard for a man to forgive that. Ladies, you just gonna find yourself in the reject pile. Now, he may, if he's reaping some things like I said, or if the good is good, he may still keep on trying to get the good from you, but it's gonna be on a different type of scope. He might have been looking at you more seriously before, or thinking he had something that was more value, but now you're contaminated. That's how men look at it. You are contaminated goods. Somebody that went up in you while he was with you, and he ain't had, no, bye, girl, bye. Girl, bye. No, no. You didn't step down, and then Shaniqua, Shashisha, whatever her name is, that was maybe 5 steps down from you. Guess what? She's gonna walk. She's gonna move up either to your spot or close to your spot. So she's gonna start getting it the better way, and you're gonna start getting treated like she was, which is down low. Okay? For real. So women, we just have this thing, and the thing is, if somebody cheats on you, you have to recognize your self-worth. I don't care. It is a lot of fish out here in the sea, a lot of beautiful people, a lot of temptation. But if someone has committed to you and you guys have decided you were in a relationship, or and if married especially, then you shouldn't be going out doing things with other people. And if you get to the point where you think you need to or you want to, then it's time to say, okay, let me reassess this situation, reevaluate it, because I don't think this is the one for me. For me to be having these desires to do something else, because it's a cold thing to be caught up into something and you've been faithful and they haven't. You got to both be rowing that boat together, and it's not easy. It's not easy to be committed to one person and that's it, and you see all this beautiful everything. Woo, just oh Lord, just everywhere, just a whole bunch of, especially when it started getting hot and all that. It's hard. But you got to look at what you got. What is it that you can lose, and what is it that you could possibly gain from doing what you do, right? You can gain a whole lot more by staying faithful and trusting who you with that they are, than you going out here and doing something and can lose something that you have that's really, really great. Okay? It's not worth it for a moment of passion. But that was on my heart today to share that, you guys. I got to go. I got to go. Got to get back to the grind. But I will be talking with you guys later. To somebody today. All right now. Talk to you later. Bye.